about yourself.
Sure. So I'm Mike Schmidt. I am the Chief Scientific Officer at Alloy Therapeutics and also a general partner at 82VS, Alloy's venture studio, where I lead a lot of the early stage asset and company creation. We work with academics, entrepreneurs, sometimes other biotech companies, other VCs, to help form asset-focused drug companies that leverage the platforms and services of Alloy. As part of the venture studio, we helped co-found, continue to help support and operate at Cantai Therapeutics. I'm also a member of the scientific advisory board at Cantai. So this is a concept that Agent Capital approached us with, and really the initial idea, and continues to be the core idea, is building out a pipeline of bispecific antibodies targeting multiple pro-inflammatory pathways in autoimmune disease. I think this is an approach that many groups are taking, but I think what was unique about the Cantai opportunity was some particular insights from Agent around unique combinations expected to be highly synergistic, as well as an understanding of why other bispecifics against these target classes had failed historically due to immunogenicity, poor PK, and some insights of how we could potentially address those through novel approaches in antibody engineering.
What did that partnership look like? How did the three parties kind of come together?
Yeah, so Agent brought a lot of the initial target hypotheses, unique insights around combinations. And then from 82VS, we've really helped support all the operational building here. And then through Alloy, really driving forward all of the drug discovery, optimization, bispecific generation, and characterization, now building out a pipeline of approaching 3 DCs against different combinations. I think for any program, we work really closely with our partners to help define that TPP. Our approach is really threefold. So I'd say it's first, starting with highly modular building blocks. And so for the Cantai case, we actually leveraged our common light chain mice for the initial antibody discovery. These are mice that have diverse human heavy chains, but a single human light chain sequence. What that means is that every antibody coming out of these mice can be mixed and matched into multispecifics using that single light chain. This allows you to build multispecifics, maintaining that native Fab IgG architecture, not having to reformat to scFVs or introduce additional mutations, which just makes for a much more manufacturable molecule. The second piece we leverage is a lot of our in silico design and sort of rapid build test capabilities. This is what we use to optimize each arm for binding affinity, for pH sensitivity, and also for manufacturability. And the last is a very tight loop with our wet lab capabilities, both for protein analytics, looking at every step for drug-like properties across production, stability, polyreactivity, aggregation propensity, but also working very closely with our in vitro pharmacology team, being able to test at every step for potency. This very kind of tightly integrated loop allows for just much more rapid cycles of design, build, test. I think this really integrated approach of being very thoughtful from the start of what does that TPP look like? How do the different pieces fit together, both in terms of the criteria for each arm, but also format, valency, optimization of that, and now having the protein engineering tools to do that in a very rapid way.
My name is Ross Leinberg, and I'm COO and founder of Cantai Therapeutics. Helped found the company alongside Agent Capital and Alloy Therapeutics back in 2023. So ended up joining Alloy in their 82VS group as a venture partner to find and start new companies. And a few things came together in Cantai's case that made me want to jump in full time. First and foremost, huge unmet need in the market. I really believe that the products we were making could make a big difference. And I believe that Alloy had the capabilities to make highly differentiated programs. We had a really strong syndicate, and I knew when I looked around the table that there was conviction from our syndicate players, from our team members, from Alloy, and that conviction really started with Geeta. It was her idea to start a company doing bispecifics for autoimmune disease. And she ported that idea over to the 82VS group. And I knew that when partnered with a group like Alloy and their deep technology suite, we would be able to operationalize that vision. It did feel like the Alloy team was an extension of our R&D team. They had a lot of technologies they could bring to bear, everything from the common light chain mouse, which we ended up using, AI-generated sequence derivations, affinity maturation processes, in silico design. So I could go on, but we were really able to tap into the full suite of technologies as they were emerging. I think Alloy is the only CRO where we use outcomes-based measures. as opposed to activity-based measures, meaning we go to Alloy and we say, here's what we need at the end of the day. And Alloy can use their suite of technologies and however they see fit and come back to us with the right answer. Every other CRO that we've interacted with is more activity-based. You ask for a certain set of work and they provide that certain set of work. But with Alloy, it was more of a guarantee. And I think we trusted each other enough that it ends up being a really fortuitous and efficient way to do business. Alloy really has the ethos to do what's right for the client. Being capital efficient is a big differentiator in our strategy. We believe that with the assets we're making in particular, the standard route of throwing hundreds of millions of dollars at science that we are super highly confident will work out isn't necessarily the best strategy. Instead, what we're doing is being laser focused on leapfrogging from one value inflection point to another and making sure that we have the right team in place to get to that lily pad. I think the folks at Alloy whose expertise just continues to blow my mind. Mike Schmidt, Alloy CSO, has been an incredible force in ideating on what we need to do next. There are specialists in AI-based design and mass spec and a whole suite of folks behind the scenes that are just indispensable.
Geeta, thank you so much for spending the time with us today. Can you talk about kind of the origin story of how you first got the idea for Cantai?
Sure. No, thank you so much. So first of all, Geeta Memori, I'm managing member and partner of Agent Capital. I was working on something very similar in my past, which was acquired very successfully. So we were thinking about what are the new areas that we can think of for immunology. And one thing that we noticed is immunology definitely needs combinations. And so best way to do is bispecific. So with our expertise in immunology and Alloy's definitely very good track record in bispecifics, we decided that why don't we actually reach out to Alloy.
What made you want to kind of build in collaboration with AD2VS?
Yeah, actually we were very sure that we did not want to have a lab, and then we knew Alloy's reputation, what they were trying to actually accomplish for small companies. So we decided to partner with them. We considered other CROs. We decided that Alloy is the perfect fit. We started in 23. We had just, a piece of paper, idea, that's it. Today, the lead program is in monkeys, and then we have several other programs right behind it. All of them are close to what we call it as development candidate stage. So if you can get the quality with a group like Alloy, and then do it cost efficiently, you have a win-win situation. Alloy had taken us from just that idea to making these molecules, to putting them together, sending the molecule out to somebody else, doing the test whether you can develop this product. They did all of that.
How do you think that this experience with Alloy shapes the future of how you think about partnering and building companies?
I'm actually thinking of the next one already.
That's great.
Yeah, so we'll be back.